I want to bring in now CBS News national security contributor Sam Vinograd. Sam, great to be with you. All right, what was your reaction to that explosive meeting we just witnessed?
Well, if we dial back just the pure shock value of that, I have to say it is relatively unsurprising based upon President Trump for the past several weeks putting President Zelenskyy of Ukraine and Putin on equal footing and really creating a false equivalency between these two leaders when it comes to the conflict in Ukraine, when of course Putin is an accused war criminal who invaded a sovereign country. It really underscores the fact that President Trump does not view supporting Ukraine as the core national security interest. He views it as charity. The whole notion that Ukraine doesn't have cards to play is really anathema in modern history. Countries did not need cards before when it came to defending their democracies because they knew that they could count on the United States. Walking away from that moment, again, still reeling from what happened, a core question for me is whether President Trump decides to withdraw any existing support for Ukraine in the near term, like our Patriot anti-missile system battery that's currently deployed, authorization to use long-range weapons, U.S. weapons into Russia, and more. So there are some near-term steps Trump could take if he truly wants to undermine Zelensky's leverage in this war.
And the big concern is for folks in Ukraine and around Europe is what if the U.S. pulls out from supporting Ukraine altogether? What would happen to the future of Ukraine?
It is very unlikely that Ukraine could continue to hold territory against Russia if the United States does withdraw support. European forces are preparing in European countries to step in to make up for any decrease in U.S. security assistance. But it's not one for one. The United States provides billions of dollars in security assistance to Ukraine, missile defense systems, intelligence, logistics, and communication support, and more. So if the United States did withdraw support, it's not like Europe could just step in and immediately replace what the United States has been providing. I do think Europe is scenario planning for that moment, but it's not a one-for-one exchange. And Ukraine would likely lose an incredible amount of territory relatively quickly, absent U.S. support. And further, it is naive to think that Putin will stop in Ukraine. We've seen that play out over the course of history. So for the Europeans, their fear is not just Ukraine falling to Russia, but Putin marching further into Europe, hence Zelensky's comment about gambling with World War III.
And you have to be wondering what China is watching when all of this is transpiring there. All right, Sam Vinograd, thank you so much for that insight.